It's so hard to not abuse.
Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the show. This is the place to be. This is the Pick Your Battle show. I hope that you're having a good day today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, me? I'm having a great day. I'm having a grand old time. Heck yeah, I am. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm having a good day. Are you having a good day? Welcome to the show. My name is Jack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, a free speech and critical thinking advocate. I know you're happy. I know you're good. I know you're having a good time. We're having some awesome stuff happening today. Yeah, I can't believe that we made it this far. Can you? We're having a call-in show. This is Pick Your Battles, where you get to pick your own battles. And this is the first day where I'm going to be the most rusty at these. So it's a great day to call in because we've got a wonderful. I think it's a wonderful, beautiful menu of items here. Let me get my stuff up. I'm just like trying to. Left hand doesn't know when the right hand's doing. Hello, Twisted Hippie. How you doing? You can call in. We need Steve back up in here. Steve might come in. He might be here. You never know. You never know who's going to show up on the Pick Your Battle show. My name is Jack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate. And boy, are my arms tired. I hope that you're having a good day. Okay, so the way this works is you go to morningsky.live/PYB, morningsky.live/PYB. You put your age in the private chat so that I can see that you are old enough to talk to. And then we have a conversation about one of these menu items, or you just bring up your own BYOB, bring up your own menu item. That could happen too. Oh my gosh, there's somebody already in the chat. It's the Ding Dang Do. The Ding Dang Do it. He's already here. How you doing? Give me 1 second for me. All right, you are on live with me. Oh, this is not the way I want to see you, though. How am I going to do this? See, the problem with... How you doing, Steve? How are you?
I'm fantastic, Sky. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm just like the best ever. I'm having a great day. I'm just beautiful.
Did you knock the rust off of that right hand, or you have something else worked? Maybe like
what?
Flashlight hooked into the couch. Yeah,
no,
where are you at on your lack of loving situation?
Give me some loving.
I get a little antsy in the fancy after a few days.
You do, huh? I mean, that's sounds like a personal
I
problem. I don't know if I can help you with that, but I just
I'm not looking to buy what you got. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't.
It's been 7 years. I'm assuming you were
active,
faithful
but
gentleman to your lady.
Of course, okay. But I also I'm totally aware of that the time is passing, and I don't really feel that way right now because it's so fresh, So it's not like I'm like, oh damn, I gotta go. Like, it's not like I'm super horned up right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all right. Don't worry about me.
Okay. It's none of my business.
I appreciate the concern, though. I appreciate the concern.
I was just like, I was just going to wonder, how many days until Skyjack, Jack. Just wondering. Hey,
I was thinking about maybe everyone else seems to have. How many OnlyFans models do you subscribe to? How many? Let me know in the chat. None? Oh. How many OnlyFans do you subscribe to in the chat? I've never opened an account. I don't know how that. even goes. But I know that that's how people have connection. I was like, maybe that is the future. Maybe I need to be thinking about, oh, well, maybe that's what people do. They go through breakups and then they replace that intimacy with the girlfriend experience, someone to text, someone that you can send memes to, and they send you stuff back. I think that's how that works, right? That's my imagination. That's how it works.
I don't know, dude. Like I thought that shit's just so you can see a girl's butthole for $1, but
maybe it is. I didn't think that's why. But why would you pay $1 for that? You could see that on the internet for free.
Yeah,
I thought the whole point was that like she texts you
talking
back.
to him. Oh, they be talking to him though.
That's what I think is happening. Yeah, because I've seen the reason why I think that is because I've seen, hey, it's me, it's not AI. I respond personally. I've seen that like on Instagram and stuff. Instagram girls say, "Join my OnlyFans. I actually respond. It's me." So that makes me think that's what the money's for, is the connection, not the pictures. Because you could get pictures like that. I think most of the people on OnlyFans you could see them even, because people share this stuff. Once it's on the internet, it's free, right?
I think the shit that I do is normal, but I know that's like, it's not. But I guess you're blind to the way the world works. After you're like an adult, you don't have to navigate through the marketplace of getting your pee-pee touched, So I don't know.
I don't know either, man. I'm not going to think that much about it right now. I'm an old man.
It's like you can't be young. You can't be young. You like what you like. You can't be young again. You don't know what's available because you don't know what you're looking for. You already know what you want, right? Yeah.
That must be it. Sure. I like to think of you need to stay young at heart. You can't ever be an old man if you're young at heart. I like to think of it like that. And you know what? I'm awesome, Steve. Last time I went through a big breakup, man, I was swimming in it, and I don't really want that. So it's like I'm at the same point where I'm going like, I don't want to go through what I went through last time, and I got to figure out what's going to happen this time. I don't know. It's not entirely uncharted, but I'm a different person. When you throw a stone into the river, is that the end of the story of the stone? Is that the end of the stone story, or is it just the beginning?
Probably.
Are you still with
the stone story, right?
No, because the story is long. There's not the end. The stone continues to go down the river. Oh, how about this one? Do you ever step in the same river twice?
Okay.
So
how are we wrapping that up into how you seek connection to another person that you find sexually attractive? That's what I find most interesting in your position, because you're an older man. You're a decent looking guy. I'm like 99% not gay, but you're a good looking guy. I could tell. I was just wondering what you thought your prospects were. You're kind of old. You can't go for like a 20-year-old. You're just too yucky, right? Or do you feel like you could lock down something young?
I could, I think, but what would be the point? I would just end up in a, like, guys who mess with younger women. It's very, very hard, because you end up like thinking that you're never going to be on the same page. You're never okay. So it's really hard to like build something meaningful with a woman that much younger than you. I when I was single last time, I was with a woman far too young for me, and I was like, yeah, but we get along on all these different levels. So I kept lying to myself, but it didn't work out, obviously, and it was fun while it lasted, but I just ended up getting hurt by it. So I guess if you're just not emotional, I'm a person who cares about people, so I can't just like go out and dog them out. You know what I mean? I know guys that do that. I used to know this guy in Vegas. This is so funny. He was a liquor distributor, and so he had a little bit of money. He wasn't like a rich guy by any means, but he like wore a suit, and he was bald and a little skinny, but he kept himself together. He wasn't horrible to look at. A little short, a little scrawny, but what he did was fucking so evil. So this dude, he would go hang out at the bar outside of Thunder Down Under, the sexy male review that women would go to see in Vegas. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a Chippendales type thing. And so he would just go hang out at that bar. He was a regular. They all knew, all the bartenders and everything knew him. And women would go to the show. They'd get all frothy. They'd get drunk. And then they'd come out. They'd be they're all having a good time. And it's all women at the bar. All straight women at the bar. And he would be like pulling left and right. He was like, it was really gross though. That's all he did. That's his only like female connection was that. Like he never had.
That's gross. You're not gonna.
Well, like
I mean, to do to get laid. Christ in heaven.
Well, you're on the road. I get what you mean. Michael Askew says, I look really young, for fuck's sake. I look young, but I'm not. And the truth is, like, I could definitely pull skewing younger, but I don't really want, like you said, 20. That's ridiculous. Even 21's too young. 22's too young at this point. Like, she'd have to be like 28 and up, I think, for me.
You'd have like 5 kids by the time you're 50, though.
Yeah.
Just pump them out, bro. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what I should do. Just have a bunch of kids. Well, I tried, but like she didn't want to have me back. So that's the situation I'm in. Life is tough that way, you know. Life is hard. What am I gonna do? Taking dating advice from Steve is wild. I'm not taking. Yeah. We're just talking. We're just two guys talking. We're not taking dating advice.
All I could do is give my perspective on how to get very bad sex for a very much money.
So you know what's okay? So I'll tell you. So I knew this guy. His name is a story. It's one of the stories in my new book. His name was Tiburon, which means shark. That wasn't his real name, but we all called him Tiburon. And he had a shark tattoo on his forearm. And when he wiggled his fingers, the shark would kind of move around because he had like burly forearms, and he had this tendons, and his forearms would move, and his shark would kind of dance. And this Tiburon guy, he was a dishwasher, you know. And I think he had done a little time maybe, but. He said that he was a Mexican guy or Hispanic. I'm maybe not Mexican. Paisa somehow.
All the same to me.
Well, anyway, he Spanish speaking gent, a little older, but not that bad. And he dishwasher in Vegas, and every while he'd save up enough money to go to Pahrump, and Pahrump has these like resorts where you check into a resort in Pahrump, and it's like they have a sports bar and they have a cocktail lounge. They have a couple other things. You get a room, and all the women there are pros, and they walk in and start chatting you up. They kind of like approach you, and you to take them to your room, which you know. So you just check in, and that's the experience. You know, they go and pick you up too. They come out with a limousine. They pick you up in Vegas. They drive you out to Pahrump, which is like an hour and a half away or something like that. So he would tell us this story. I was like, what a crazy life. Like, I had a girlfriend when he was telling me that. And then I broke up with my girlfriend, and I was like really thinking about it. You know, I was like, well, maybe I should go to just check in at Pahrump, sit at the bar, see what happens, you know?
Yeah. Based. No, it is. That's cool. Hey, before I go, quick thing, because we're at the time limit here. I got in early. All right. So last week, you gave me a spiel about is a man a woman, and you sufficiently muddied the water we were both playing in to where I could no longer tell heads nor tails of my position. I don't think I moved off of my position. I just declined to play. I think that's where we were at roughly before I left. Yeah. About
trans women being women? Sure.
Right. Yeah. You pettifogged and you got where you wanted to be, which was me confused. But the situation I showed you on the Venmo with a male bodied rapist being locked in with females so he could continue.
Oh yeah, I texted you back.
So I saw that.
I looked in and I could find like one complaint in California, and it's like this YouTuber that was reporting on this, like it just seems like a kind of a misrepresentation of what the situation is.
Sure. But the very idea
is offensive. You're right. Okay, so let's do that.
Right. All right, let's play with that, because I was looking through, playing with Grok to see what we could compare this to, and it came up would be like the most brutal prisons in Russia, where men rape other men to embarrass them and break their spirit, get them to admit the crimes they didn't commit, and the Uyghur camps in China, Uyghur Muslims in China. That's the only places where the state allows rape to happen to its prisoners, like freely or whatever.
Well, we say it doesn't. That's a little unfair, although those places you're talking about are like really horrific. I mean, American prison systems, we joke about it all the time. We always joke. I mean, since I was a kid in the 80s, we joked about getting raped in prison as if it's just something that happens. We talk about how chomos get killed in prison because we think, execution by inmate is an acceptable form of punishment in America, which is insane to me. So I feel like our prisons are up there. I don't know. I wouldn't put them up against the Uyghur concentration camps, but we're way up there. Like, it's just a matter of degree. Like, we in America are perfectly all right for the most part.
Right.
With allowing inmates to rape other inmates or allow inmate justice to happen. We let gangs form. I mean, MS-13, Tren de Agua, all those things are jail.
Our state does. I don't run a prison.
Right. Our government does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but in Maine and California, it seems that the idea that a trans male would rape a female is just, it's not something that can occur in the mind of a leftist, because there's no comparison to this happening on the right.
Okay, let me tell you, as a leftist, as an alt left, far left person, I would immediately go to the numbers. Right, the numbers just don't pan out. There are very few trans women, and those trans women are very, very, very unlikely to end up in one of these prisons. If that happened, and that it's like there's all these ifs, and then maybe they could have some rape. You tell me, like, right, this notion of a boogeyman, like there's a man who just wants to, like, he's bosom buddies and he's going to pretend to be a woman right at the end.
Say that I'm a rapist, and like I know that if I say the magic words that I'm a woman, I get to go rape more women, at least one more, before they catch me. Do you think that I'm not going to say the magic words so I can get one more rape under my belt? You're assuming that I have that much morality.
Okay, but that's okay. I'm not assuming that. I would go. Okay. I'd agree with you, but the assumption that it sounds like you're making, I'm not accusing you, but the sounds like you're making, there is a magic word. And that is where I think these YouTubers and the right wing, they make believe that there's this magic word, like an Alibaba, Allah Akbar, and all of a sudden everyone's going to let me go into a woman's prison. That's not true.
I mean, it's true. There's plenty of magic words that people say to get over on leftists. Don't pretend like that's not real. Come on now.
The prison system is not a leftist organization. The justice system is not a leftist organization.
No, but the governments that have prisons within their jurisdiction,
they don't make those decisions. They don't make those decisions. The decisions are made by psychologists, psychiatrists, by medical professionals who take EKGs. Like, this isn't something they do. All sorts of tests on somebody before something like that would go down. So, like, that's a bold claim to say, "Oh, I'm a woman now," and everyone just believes you. In what world do you live? Like, I don't live in that world. I don't know a world where I could just raise my hand and be like, I'm a woman now, and everyone just believes me. Like, that's not the case.
Well, it's pretty close. I mean, we could sit here and you could pettifog on that, but here again, we're talking about
not pettifogging. That's the lay of the land. That's the lay of the land right now, today in 2026. It's hard to convince your own parents that you're a woman if you're a if you're a trans woman, convincing your own parents is difficult. Convincing a judge and a fucking medical professional and all, it takes a lot. So that's just, if you got that far.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to come receipts because I remember situations
I looked it up.
where
I tried to
women
find
were
receipts.
in live streams and they were the trans boy was saying, "Mama, I'm a boy." And she said she was telling her child, "No, you're a girl." So it doesn't always cut that way. There's obviously
You're right.
more to it. So
True.
I think I wish.
The claim usually is on the burden of proof is on the person making the claim. So like the person saying, "Oh, well, I can't go to a man's prison because I'm a woman." 9 times out of 10, I think you're going to get laughed out. But the few cases where it might happen,
reasonable,
it's totally reasonable. Like, once you're a convicted criminal, we shouldn't believe you, right, Mr. Trump? Once you're convicted of fraud, we shouldn't believe anything you say, right? Exactly. Like, there should be a huge amount of doubt on anyone who's been convicted of a horrible crime like rape. And so like, I just don't believe that there's this. I've not seen any receipts about this magical word that you could say, and then everyone's just going to believe that you're a woman when you can't even get anybody to believe that now. It's such a difficult thing. Look how triggered people are when I just said trans women are women. Like, people aren't ready for this. So this idea that like the women's prisons are crawling with men who are claiming to be women and that
we've only got to get one, brother. We've only got to get one.
Well, there seems to have been a case. So when I looked it up,
created that rape with
it wasn't a rape. It wasn't a rape. There was some kind of assault.
Well, then one day when it is a rape, when it is bona fidely a rape, it'll be a rape that you have, at least in some part, summoned into this world through.
It seems mostly what happened was a trans woman was in a woman's prison in the shower, that there wasn't actually any kind of contact, but there was some kind of that because of the presence of a penis in a woman's prison, that someone complained and said that that's assault. Now, that's a stretch too, by the way. They're all criminals in there, supposedly. So, I mean, we got to take everything anybody says in these places with a little bit of extra diligence, don't we? We have to do something. So, man, I don't know that a penis should be anywhere near a woman's prison at all. So, I don't think that the way we do prisons in this country is right. I think that we should do like the Norwegians and have like their own little apartments and shit, so they're not killing each other.
Bro. Oh, Jesus. I would commit a crime immediately. I want to go. I'm just going to fly out there and punch a cop and just get some of that, because that looks amazing. Did you see the killer? They killed all those communist kids out there. He's complaining about his Xbox games are not recent enough.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, they hooked homie up.
They hook him up, but they don't have their freedom, and they stay away from the rest of us. And it's like, maybe that's all we need, right? I'm not so.
You wouldn't feel so bad about it if they were actually living not like great lives, but at least good enough not to be raped in the showers.
That's right. That. I don't think no matter what crime that you committed, I don't think you should be raped in the shower.
Yeah,
I don't think that is, and so I feel like it doesn't really matter, this thing. Do you have a penis or not? I don't really care. I think that we should be having a better conversation about what the purpose of our incarceration system even is. Seems weird that we allow it.
Yeah, I get that they should be treated better, but here again, if we're opening the door to the possibility of the situation that I said that may or may not ever occur, I highly
problematic,
doubt
right? Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's a possibility of unleashing evil that does not and could not exist under opposing worldviews. So, there's one more little grain of sand for
that's a way to look at it. But if our relationship with prisons and prisoners weren't the way it is right now, where we are comparing ourselves to the Uyghur concentration camps, re-education camps of China, and the Russian fucking gulags, the fact that we're and we have so many Americans in prisons, it shouldn't even be a conversation, right? We should nowhere be near. People are getting raped in prison. Wait, at any time, anywhere. The fact that there's any amount of rape in any prison, and the women are raping other women, the men are raping other men. I mean, it's fucking brutal in a prison system. No one in America thinks that American prisons are like They're not drinking Chablis and playing chess.
Maybe it just smacks of. It's one of those things that just seems like it should. Maybe it's like it's only 80% worse or 5% worse. I don't know, but either way, it's not something that I would go for.
And the fact that like Ghislaine Maxwell gets a puppy and all this other shit, that's a person who actually raped people, and she has a puppy and gets to have special time, gets to play tennis and golf, and yet we're worried about the trans woman that might not actually, it just seems so fucking, it's just kind of dumb,
Maybe it is dumb. You know what? I'm gonna concede that it probably is very stupid. We're arranging the deck chairs on the Titanic as our country burns around us, sir. So I will admit that.
And that YouTuber you sent me, that was the thing, that the overwhelming thing. So I did actually, you sent me that YouTuber who was saying like, oh, there's women in prison with dicks and they're raping people, and it's like, all right, well, let me look that up. So I looked it up. I found one complaint that wasn't exactly a rape, but it seemed, it's still a complaint that matters. But then I go back and I watch the YouTube video again. The guy's like just beside himself, and I'm like, wait a second. I thought the leftists were the crybaby, ranters and ravers. But every time I see a guy who's on the right wing, there's men with penises raping criminals. Like, wait a second.
Well, yeah, that's ABC. that's the right wing ABCs. We like collectively.
What's an ABC? What does that stand for? ABC to me means American born Chinese.
Always be chimping. Always be chimping. Always give the most extreme reaction to leftism that you possibly can.
Chimping? I never heard of it.
Like chimping, yeah. Always chimp out. We're the snow chimps. We chimp out when we see leftists. That's why,
I had no idea.
That's what it is.
I didn't know that. That's a shame because we need more people who are anti-government on the side of the left, who the real left, not the like liberal leftist Democrat lunatic, not those guys, like real leftists, like the anarchists who want to tear down the government and start again. Chipmunk, basically. Okay, chimping. A chipmunk. I see. I didn't know. Okay.
Chimpanzee. No.
Oh, somebody in the chat is saying chimp
like ape.
Monk. Like an ape. Okay, chimping.
Like an aping out or whatever. What have you. Yeah, the ABCs of being right wing. Always be chipping. Just literally giving leftists the hardest time possible on every fucking avenue they attack. That's
interesting.
Anyway, yeah, I think we've covered enough ground. You got any other callers?
I don't have any callers. I was going to go over the menu, but you're welcome to come back.
You did the second show tonight?
I'm planning on doing a second show tonight. That's the plan. But I'm also trying to get my book out. I've got a bunch of stuff, so I haven't scheduled it yet. But I kind of want to because these things keep my mind off of the other stuff. All
right, we'll see what's up. All right, man. Have a good
word night. Up. Plus, I need the money. I need the money because I'm about to lose half my rent. So All right. Thank you so much. I mean, there's that too. Thanks, everybody. All right. Okay, so pick your battles today. We have these wonderful topics today. Reality TV equals fascist entertainment. The genre didn't reflect American culture. It built it. Humiliation as spectacle. Loyalty test. The elimination of the weak. We practice authoritarianism on primetime TV for 25 years. The format is fascist by design. It didn't happen by accident. Trump didn't come from nowhere. He was the logical product of a country that spent 14 seasons watching a billionaire fire people for entertainment and calling it leadership. Humiliation is the product, not drama. Humiliation. Someone has to cry. Someone has to be destroyed. The audience is trained to enjoy that. Man, is this the Roman bread and circuses? Keep the population entertained with spectacle, distracted from the actual exercise of power happening off stage. Reality TV is fascist entertainment. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that for putting a penny in the bottom. Thank you so much. Brilliant and sad, says Caterpillar's End. Thank you. Yep. Hardest working on YouTube, trying to make it happen. I figured double down on the channel, they'll double down on you. Double down on a community of people, they'll double down on you. YouTube sent me a thing saying, we don't know how many people are watching your streams. We have messed up the count. So you might have 1,000 people watching, but we wouldn't know. Because this morning it said the same thing. It said that I had 5 people watching the whole time, and then it says I had 7,000 people watching, which is crazy. Could be could be for the best, says Parallelish. Man, I hope you're right, homie. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that, Parallelish. Man, I'm playing it close. I'm playing it close now. I'm playing it real close. It's like just almost to the bone. Almost to the bone. Thank you. I appreciate that, Parallelish. You're the best. Thank you for supporting me in the channel. Appreciate you. YouTube deleted my comment. I'm sorry. You never know what worse luck your bad luck saved you from. Cormac McCarthy. That's what they say. They say that. They do say that. Cormac McCarthy, I like that author too. You never know what your worst luck, what your bad luck saved you from, what your worst luck, your bad luck saved you from. It's true. Mm-hmm. There's that story like a guy gets in a car accident. And anyway. Oh, I'm the unluckiest man in the world. Meets a love in his life. What is the music thing? It's a stylophone. Thank you. It's a stylophone. It's got the David Bowie on there. See it? It's a pocket synthesizer. Do you like pocket synthesizers? Thanks for being here, everybody. My name is Skyjack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate. This is Pick Your Battles. You get to call in, pick your battles. You go to morningsky.live/PYB for Pick Your Battles. You can pick off the menu if you disagree with me or not, and you could BYOB, bring your own battle to the station, to the show. Bring it. Bring your battle to the show. That's what I'd like to see. Or you could pick from the menu. Non-vegan equals ableist. If you're not vegan, you're an ableist. The same logic that protects disabled humans from exploitation, bodily autonomy, cognitive difference, doesn't justify domination. Applies to animals. If you believe one, you already believe the other. You just haven't followed it all the way. Ableism is the belief that cognitive or physical difference justifies diminished moral status. We've largely rejected that for humans. We have not applied that rejection consistently. Bodily autonomy is the disability rights movement central demand. The right to not have your body used without consent. Animals' bodies are used without consent on an industrial scale. That's the definition of a bodily autonomy violation. Why are you violating the bodily autonomy of animals? Just because they're not people? They aren't people. Neither argument requires them to be. Ableism is wrong because difference doesn't justify domination, not because everyone is identical. Same principles apply here. Thank you for being here. If cognitive capacity determines moral status, you have to explain why a severely disabled human deserves rights that a chimpanzee doesn't. Oof. Why? Why are you ableist? Come on. Join the show. You can join. Call in. morningsky.live/PYB. Pharmaceutical mandates also violate bodily autonomy. What kind of pharmaceutical mandates? Join the show, talk to me, tell me all about it. I'd love to learn what you mean. Number 3, USA equals a one-party system. Welcome to the unitard party, everybody. USA is a one-party system. Why is that? The performance of opposition is not opposition. There is no opposition party in America. When both parties vote the same way on war, surveillance, corporate bailouts, and border militarization, you don't have a two-party system. You have one party with two brands. You got Coke and Diet Coke. You can argue about them all day long while Mr. Coca-Cola steals all your money. Deportations under Obama, more than any president before him, 2.5 million. Wall Street executives jailed after the 2008 financial crisis under Obama, 0. 0 Wall Street executives were jailed after the 2008 financial crisis. Barack Obama was in charge. 0. Countries bombed by Barack Obama in 8 years. The Nobel Prize winner. 7 countries bombed by Barack Obama. That's not an opposition party. That is the unitard party. It's the one-legging, the unitard. That's right. Why are you wearing that unitard? Get out of the unitard. Big Pharma sucks. Guess who Big Pharma's run by? It's the same people. Big Pharma is the same people as big animal ag. Animal ag is the same people. The same people growing the soy are the same people selling you the dead cows. The same people selling you the pharmaceuticals don't make pharma for humans. I mean, they do, but that's not where the money is. There's not enough of us. Think about it. We kill billions of animals every year. And we help them with pharmaceuticals. We bake them bigger with pharmaceuticals. We keep them alive with pharmaceuticals. This idea that Big Pharma's making all its money off of humanity. No, not at all. They're injecting cows with vitamin B serums. America is anti-self-reflection. Oh, yeah. Antibiotics for cows, yup. And also, don't forget that Roundup, that now America is totally cool. We love Roundup in America, don't we, folks? We love it. We love Roundup. It's a great. Roundup is an antibiotic. It's a plant antibiotic. So gross. And we put that in our bodies. Turns your boy parts into girl parts. You could keep your OC home and afford a cheap share. Boils down to who you're sharing with. I can keep my OC home and afford a cheap share. What do you mean cheap share? Who am I going to share with? Who can I share it with? I thought about renting out that room that I got. I got an extra room. It was just rented out. Take on a border. Take on a border like it's the 1920s, you know? Do that. Maybe that's what I should do. So that's what I should do, everybody. Come on, join the show. It's the Morning Sky. No, sorry. It's the Pick Your Battle show. You can go to morningsky.live/PYB. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech, and critical thinking advocate. Join the show. Have fun. Hang out. BYOB. Tell me why unitards are okay by you. Do you think unitards are okay? Sovereignty equals myth. Nostalgia is a sedative. All right, next up. What's the next one? That's the unitard party. Oh, I only got 4 for some reason. How'd I only end up with 4? I got to fix this. Tomorrow I'll fix it. Oh, the third-party vote didn't work out. Because I cut out the third-party vote one. Third-party vote is not a waste. I will have 4 right now. It says pick your battles, Colin. It's 4 inconvenient truths a day instead of 5. My bad. It's Monday. What am I going to do? Dang, we could live with Sky? Yeah, maybe I should do a bed and an Airbnb experience. Come live with Sky. I'll teach you how to cook some vegan meals. We'll go look at the sunset at the beach. You can hang out with Sky. Come on down. Hang out with Sky. I should do that, huh? To start a business. Airbnb. Come and hang out. Why not? Front row seats. Skyhouse is undocumented. Has Skyhouse an undocumented person? So when Maggers asks, you say, "Well, just one actually." What state? California, baby. I'm in California. I'm in Southern California, and I got an extra room. Maybe I should do a weekend experience. I'll do a weekend experience. Come hang out with Sky. I'll drive you around. We'll go to. I've heard about these things like a weekend. I should ask ChatGPT or something how to design a weekend experience with me, and then I'll sell the experience on Airbnb. I'll cook. We'll cook. We'll have a little cooking class on how to make some good vegan food. And then, I don't know, talk about overthrowing the governor or something. Fill our cheeks with hummus and fill the air with good conversation. That's it. That's what I'm thinking. Good conversation. I love it. Maybe I should do that. It's a cure for the loneliness epidemic. No, don't use ChatGPT. No, I don't use ChatGPT anymore. I don't use it anymore. Ever since they agreed to bomb, they let the Pentagon use them for automatic killing machines. Upgrade, including hand holding. Yes, yeah, that's the upgrade. Hand holding is the upgrade. How about just a hug in the end? Oh, it's great. No, it's great. Have a nice hug in the end. We can have coffee. I'll make coffee every morning, like an Airbnb. I should do it. I think this is $1 million idea. And we'll have we'll write poetry. We'll write poetry. We'll have conversation. We'll make some content. Go see a movie. Go see a movie. Talk about the movie. I'll have Sky's weekend experiences. Stephanie, you think it's a good idea? You think it's a good idea with maybe I should do it. I'll look into it. What do you think? Airbnb experiences, or is it which one's the one with the experiences? Or is it just Verbo? Is Verbo the one with the experiences or Airbnb? I don't know. I'll have to look into it. You'll come, Stephanie? All right. Send me the money. I'm the one. You can send me the money, right? You send me the money, not the other way around. What do you mean? Vancouver is pretty nice. And punk shows. We go to punk shows. Sure. We'll have a different experience every weekend. We'll have some stuff to do. We'll figure it out. We'll go to, we'll have extra packages like Disneyland or something. I can't think of, go to the San Juan Capistrano mission. We'll trade. What are we going to trade, Stephanie? What can we trade? Hummus and conversation. I love it. I love the idea. It's $1 million idea. I don't know how much you would charge, but whatever. Oh, we'll trade money. I see. Damn it. I don't have any money to trade. That's the problem. Old punks like 50. Yeah, we go to old punk shows. There was a punk show this weekend on the 28th. I was supposed to go. I had tickets, but the person I was going to go with, well, things didn't work out. So there you go. We were going for our birthdays because they're both in March, but that didn't happen. Sovereignty equals myth is the next thing on the menu. Sovereignty equals myth. Philosophy, ethics. Sovereignty is a myth. You didn't earn the country you were born in. You didn't choose it, build it, or inherit it through any morally coherent process. You just landed there, and we kill people over that line. National sovereignty is the principle that a nation state has absolute authority over its territory and the right to exclude others from it, even when those others are fleeing violence, poverty, or conditions that nation state helped create. We treat this as a natural law, like a law of nature. It's a legal fiction invented in 1648. Man, I keep on thinking about how before 1648, people were just able to go wherever the hell they want. Wasn't that rad? We should do that. Sky is a man of leisure. What does that mean? Am I a man of leisure? I'm a man of leisure. I wish I was a man of leisure. You're down for old punk shows? Hell yeah. Might join a second. Awesome. Wasteland Games. You could tell me what you think about this one. The Peace of Westphalia in 1648. The modern concept of national sovereignty is 377 years old. It's not ancient wisdom. It's a political settlement between European monarchs. We've turned a real estate agreement into a moral absolute. You didn't earn your citizenship. You were born inside a line on a map. That's it. The line moved throughout history, and it will move again. Every border was drawn through violence. Wars, colonization, ethnic cleansing, forced displacement. The sovereignty being protected is the sovereignty of whoever won last. Capital crosses borders freely. People don't. Money, goods, corporations, free movement. Humans fleeing the consequences of that economic system, cages and deportation flights. That's not a neutral policy. That's a class system with walls around it. What the hell? The border didn't protect your ancestors. It was drawn after they arrived, or it was drawn through their land. Capital moves freely, but people don't. That tells you everything about who sovereignty actually serves, what sovereignty actually serves. Sovereignty is a myth. 50s are nice. They are. No GFs, no problem. Oh, man, I got GF problem. I got problems with that. I got problems. I got 99 problems. And bitches are all of them. The opposite of if you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems. I am the person that Jay-Z is singing to, rapping to in that song. He feels bad for me, son. Jobs that don't require much notice. Call in. My name is Skyjack Morgan. I love to chat. morningsky.live/PYB. Come and join the channel. Come and join the show. I'd love to have a conversation with you. We're going to be on for about another hour, but it seems like, man, a lot of people, they're just so scared. Why am I so Why do I intimidate you? I see all these maggers on I see people, they see like, if they see like a little scrawny guy, it just says Trump bad, they call in. But if you ever say, hey, Trump bad, people are like, oh, how do you do it? Privacy is also a myth, says Stephanie. Yeah, privacy might be a myth. Is that what you think? You think privacy is a myth? That makes sense. Privacy might be a myth. It's a myth like the gold standard. I once saw this video essay about how we used to think the gold standard was so important, and then if we got the gold standard, that the economics of the world would just fall apart. And so everyone freaked out. It turned out that all wasn't true. But then they said that, privacy was so important. Privacy. If those Russians get in charge, we're not going to have any privacy anymore. And I thought, wow, that's pretty important. We better have privacy. We don't end up like those dirty Russians. And here we are, no privacy. I think shit sucks. I don't like not having any privacy. I like having privacy. Can I come on and present a 340-slide PPT about... Yes. Yeah, you could present a 340-slide PowerPoint presentation about sharks for sure. Anytime you want, baby doll. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Not scared, cleaning my mess and taking my 18-year-old dog out. Is this every Monday? It's every day, Caterpillar. It's every day. I try to do it twice a day every day. 5 days a week. I'm trying to do it 5 days a week. Trump loves Putin. Of course he does. Of course Trump loves Putin. He goes back and forth all the time. I'm just trying to start conversations, Caterpillar, trying to get people to talk, try to build a dialectic, try to build a community of people who want to share ideas, bounce things off each other, bat at the fences, talk about philosophy and maybe some current events, And also, a lot of times people were like, I want to call in because you do the morning show, and I want to call in and see what your take is on XYZ. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So here I am. doing it. Call in. morningsky.live/PYB. morningsky.live/PYB. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is Skyjack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate, and boy, are my arms tired. It's been fun so far, and I hope that you want to come on and check it out. Thanks for being here, everybody. It's been fun so far, trying to get it going. 5 truths, 5 days. Oh, I forgot. I guess the bonus one is the fifth one this week. Nostalgia equals sedative. It's true. The nostalgia economy isn't a cultural trend. It's a political anesthetic. When you're busy remembering a better past, you're not building a better future, and someone profits from that paralysis. Thank you so much for joining Wasteland Games. Welcome to the show. Welcome to PYB. You've been on the show before. Thank you so much for being here. How you doing?
Howdy.
Hey.
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Kicking like a 3-legged ninja, chilling like a villain. I'm doing so great. Life is grand. I'm having the best time of my life.
Yeah. Some interesting topics you got up this time.
You like them?
Mm-hmm.
Which one's calling out to you?
Reality TV is fascist entertainment.
Yes, reality TV is fascist entertainment, you know? Like, this didn't happen by accident, like Survivor, The Apprentice, Big Brother. These were imported from authoritarian adjacent media cultures and repackaged for fun. Like, we brought them in from other countries. We didn't even invent most of these things. And then we're like, oh, this is great. We're going to put people on an island, and like this is shit that we wrote about, like dystopian futures we're going to be like, right? Big Brother. Remember Big Brother, the TV show? And The Apprentice?
I think that was before my time.
But you know what it is.
Yeah.
And The Apprentice and The Survivor. Like, that whole thing is about, like, a dystopian future where rich billionaires put you on an island and you fight to win $1 million for our entertainment. This is shit that like we joked about, and now we're doing it.
I can see some of it being, I guess, more so fascist leaning entertainment, but I don't know about all of it.
Well, like, think about like the gladiatorial logic of it. Like the crowd decides who survives. The emperor nods. The individual is disposable. You're the weakest link. I remember when it started, and I was like, I didn't mind reality TV that was like Gordon Ramsay would go to a restaurant and like tell people, hey, your restaurant sucks. I'm going to help you fix it. Like, that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones where it's like, you're out of the house. You're off the island. You're the weakest link. You're the pieces of shit. You're out. Like this. And that, but it does tend to like infect everything else. So now even shows like 90 Day Fiance or Keeping with the Kardashians, all those shows now are about like the humiliation of the people on those shows. Even like when this all first started, Ozzy Osbourne had a show called The Osbournes, and it was supposed to be like a funny reality show. And it just became like just about humiliating this family, and then that catapulted everything else. Like that, they found the formula, and they were just able to make every reality show about like humiliating someone. So that Gordon Ramsay started out as like, oh, you're the kitchen's shit, I'm gonna fix it, to you suck, how the fuck could you do this, you're an idiot. Like, he's yelling at people and humiliating them. And that's not how that industry. I worked in food and beverage. We don't talk to people that way. There's leaders, there's respect, there's all sorts of things. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I was never really into that type of reality TV. I mean, I used to watch Ghost Adventures and I Am Jazz as a kid. So
yeah. But what about like you're aware of things like America's Got Talent or the other one, the Superstar one. What's the one? I forget what we call it in America. The American Idol. So like those shows are always about like eliminating somebody, and like you're not worthy of our time, and it's just like it's why would we celebrate that? We should be celebrating working together and building each other up. And look what it gave us. It gave us Donald Trump.
Sorry. What do you call Mr. Beast fascist entertainment?
Fuck yes, I call Mr. Beast fascist entertainment. Of course. Mr. Beast, like, oh, look at all this good I'm doing for people. Yes, I'm humiliating people, and I'm the white savior that's going to, like, it's like, dude.
Yep.
If you wanted to help people in Africa, give them money. Just walk up to them and give them all money. You don't need, I built 1,000 fucking whatever. I built 1,000 water taps in Africa to see if I could.
I hated that man before everyone else started hating on him.
So did I. Immediately, because he's a phony. He always was a phony. Oh, I'm selling a house for $1. Anybody who walks in could buy it for $1. Do you remember like the early days when he would do shit like oh man. And now I'm gonna put someone in a supermarket for as long as they could stay in it.
I'm giving one homeless man $50,000, and then all the comments are like, "Mr. Beast, I need some money. My mom's in the hospital with cancer."
Yeah, right, Mr. Beast. Yes, it's so true. Yeah, Mr. Beast, I need money. My mom's dying. Well, if it's not for entertainment, then it's not worth it.
Yep.
I mean, this is Running Man. This is the plot of Running Man. You know, Hate Speaker says I'm jealous. I'm not jealous of any of these people, by the way. No, absolutely not.
I mean, I know you're an anarchist. You should. There's this video I watched and been showing people. It's Karl Marx warned us about Mr. Beast. It's a really good watch.
Karl Marx warned us about Mr. Beast. I can kind of guess where it goes, but yeah.
It explains like people like Mr. Beast from a Marxist perspective.
Yeah. What do you know? Yeah. The working class is just there as cannon fodder for the rich. He figured out a way to exploit our misery. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a hideous thing, and we're allowing it.
So, let me see what else you got up there.
Well, I was just going to say, before done with that one, look what it gives us. People are already saying that Mr. Beast should be president. Donald Trump is a reality show. Donald Trump became famous because of The Apprentice. And now you're fired, and now he's fucking president. It's an embarrassment. And then like Leni Riefenstahl, the German propagandist, spectacle creates emotional loyalty faster than argument. Reality TV is propaganda that doesn't need a message. The form is the message. It creates loyalty to it's just spectacle. It's disgusting.
I will say, if anyone out there listening has a problem with trans people, why don't you come up and debate about it, and I'll debate you on it.
I didn't know we had anybody.
Just seeing if anyone has a problem with it. But
anybody got a problem with the trans, come on the show.
Non-vegan is ableist.
Mm-hmm. So, like, go ahead.
I was going to ask how exactly it was ableist, but you go ahead.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll do ableist. So the same logic that protects disabled people from exploitation, bodily autonomy, cognitive difference doesn't justify domination. That applies to animals as well. Because they're cognitively different than we are, or because their body is different from ours, should we be allowed to exploit them? So if you believe one, you already believe the other. You just haven't followed it through. You haven't followed it all the way.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. I was a little confused, but yeah, I understand that.
I mean, bodily autonomy is the disability rights movement's central demand, and the right to not have your body used without consent. Animals' bodies are used without consent, and we do it at the industrial scale to make lots and lots of money and support big pharma and support big ag, and that's a definition of a bodily autonomy violation. It's just one, I think, pretty basic and obvious reason why animal rights If you think it should be wrong to violate the rights of a disabled person, then it should clearly be that you should clearly be against the violation of a dairy calf calling for her mother.
Yeah, I fully agree with you there. I've been looking after you talked to me about it. I've been looking into veganism quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to look into. You just, stop participating in a system that is exploitative. It's pretty simple. Like I never thought that it was hard. I always thought it was super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Yeah. My diet is mostly beans anyway.
There you go. Beans and rice, complete protein. I got so many beans in my cupboard right now. I'm thinking about making some beans for myself. I made a bunch of TVP earlier this week or a couple days ago, just trying to because I know I don't have it in me to totally cook for myself at the moment. So I'm trying to meal prep a little bit so I don't have to put so much effort into it.
Sorry.
Please.
So, when you say sovereignty is a myth, are you talking about sovereign citizens?
No, I'm talking about sovereignty, sovereign nations, man. This sovereignty thing, I'm hearing a lot about it. Sovereignty, you have to have borders, you have to kill people who cross those borders. But you didn't earn the country you were born in. You didn't choose it. You didn't build it. You didn't even inherit through any morally coherent process. You just landed here, and then we kill people on the other side of the line. We kill people over this line that is imaginary. It's kind of in the same vein as the open borders, but the Westphalia Peace Treaty, the modern concept of sovereignty, national sovereignty, it's only 377 years old. It's not even that old. It's a political settlement between European monarchs, and we've turned it into a real estate agreement into a moral absolute, and it's ridiculous. It needs to go.
Very true.
These monarchs invented this shit, and we're okay. We just you hear regular people on the internet going, well, that's how we have a sovereign nation, our sovereignty. And it's dude, you don't get shit. You don't have anything. You got nothing. It's a principle that a nation state has absolute authority over its territory and the right to exclude others from it. Even if the people who are fleeing violence, poverty, and conditions that our nation state helped create. That's not, and we treat that like it's a law of nature, and it's not. Yeah. We invented that shit. Yeah.
So, how is nostalgia a sedative?
Ooh, I think nostalgia is a sedative for sure, because it makes sure that people are always saying, wasn't it great back then? So we always remember a better past, so that we're not building a better future. Oh, it was so great back in the day. It's profiting off of paralysis, right? We're not actually doing anything because things used to be so great. So it's Top Gun being made again. The entertainment industry, the political right, and the advertising industry always sell you that. You ever notice advertisements are always selling you that too? You look at TV ads, they're always selling you this bullshit past that maybe never existed. So you're nostalgic about this shit because past is a product they control and the future is one they don't. I mean,
and they feel. Sorry.
Please.
I mean, I feel nostalgic for 2016, but I don't think that's in a sedative way. It just makes me angry how everything has changed since then for the worse.
Yeah, but I mean, while we're angry about things that used to be, first of all, they were never that great. We tend to remember things better than they were. And while we're doing that, we're not thinking about how to build things better now, how to build a better future. We're not going back again. And Make America Great Again is this nostalgia campaign. It doesn't describe, there's no policy that describes, but to say 2016 was so great, right? It doesn't tell me anything. It describes a feeling, a longing for a time that didn't exist, or only existed for some people. 2016 to me wasn't so great. Donald Trump became president in 2016.
Yeah.
And that's the product is feeling, not facts. Like Donald Trump saying "Make America Great Again" doesn't really describe what he wants to do. It just says, "Wasn't it great back in the old days?" And it's shit. Reagan did the same shit. It's his slogan.
Well, I hear a lot of people talk about how great America used to be and how great things used to be, but I mean, I never really had that. Like I was in 5th grade when Charlottesville happened, and that's a major memory for me, seeing that on the news and seeing that car drive into all those people.
Yeah.
I was 14 when, I saw the Black Lives Matter protests and George Floyd die.
Yeah.
15 when I saw January 6th. And 19 when I saw Charlie Kirk get his neck blown out.
Yeah.
So I never really grew up in a peaceful America.
Here's the newsflash, though. None of us did. When I was, I think 19. When I was 19, Columbine happened. Before that, there was 3 school shootings when I was a kid. 3 school shootings I had, and then Columbine happened, which was the worst, right? And then by the time I was 22, 9/11 had happened. Like, and don't forget that while I was a kid, Operation Desert Storm happened with the liberation of Kuwait. All these things. I didn't live in a peaceful America. America has never been at peace at home and abroad. Not in my lifetime. The Clinton years, sort of. But the Clinton years also had all sorts of things happening. Somalia. Like, we were always killing somebody somewhere. And shit was never hunky-dory. And so that's why I think nostalgia is a brainwashing tool. Like, the good old days, yeah, it was good for some people. Everyone else was living a different story, like, in that era, Nostalgia is selective memory in service of the status quo. That's the thing. It's trying to service the status quo by saying, oh, well, things were better back then, and we can make that part good again. And I see it in the entertainment, like every sequel and remake and the reunion and the revival. It's training our brains to believe that the best things already happened. And that's fucked. And the religion does the same thing. The golden age of before, like, this is what religion does. There was a golden age before the fall. And we're all circling the drain. Every religion does that. But what we should be doing is saying, no, the future can be amazing if we work at it. And it brings me back to, like, reality TV, too. Like, reality TV sells nostalgia for simpler hierarchies. The boss, the winner, the tribe. It's a comfort in this familiar structure of domination, and that makes it seem like fascism to me again. I got another guest. Hold on a second. Let's bring him on.
Sure thing.
Stevie, amazing how libtards believe in borders when they think they want to keep out. Okay, let's see what I got here. No, that was an older one. All right, Steve, you're on the air on Pick Your Battles. How are you?
How you doing? What's up, baby girl?
How you doing? Let's do it.
Chilling. The argument with the animal situation, I come to it from a different angle. I didn't want to sit here and, like, glaze you up. I hate admitting when you're right, but you are right on this. But I came to this situation a different route with the animals. It's I see the production of meat as, like, from a religious standpoint, even though I strongly hold my religious beliefs, but I'll loosely defend them. I don't,
Yeah.
That's my situation there. I think I've told you that. Like, God gave us dominion over the animals, and then that's how we treat them is that we don't even see them. Only a few people ever see them, and they're in the most horrendous shit and piss covered situation for the entirety of their life, and fattened up and murdered and butchered in horrifying ways.
A parent has dominion over their children. If you treated your children that way, you'd be thrown in jail immediately.
Yeah, and I think the reason why it is as bad as it is like, you're probably only squeezing a few pennies per pound, making it as bad as that is. It doesn't have to be that way. I think they're making it that way just to, in effect, create an insult situation to God himself. Like the movie Devil's Advocate, how he wanted to infiltrate law. and essentially stack sins against God, and make him just so angry that he washes it all away and finally punishes Satan. I think that's the same situation that it is for meat. It's like the idea that we all eat it, we don't think about it. We just sit there eating that flesh, but there is a tremendous cost to it. And that cost is that we're blindly consuming animals that died in horrendous ways that we owe more to. So
I love what you're saying. I would go a little further and just say that like it doesn't matter how they die, because the fact that we're even owning them in the first place is something that Jesus was against. I mean, Jesus freed the animals at the temple because he said it was because buying and selling animals was a form of slavery, and he didn't say slavery, but he thought that changing money for animals was a sin. And most religious people do, most of the high up prophets and stuff, they usually say something about animals at some point, and Jesus was really clear about that, I think. But the dominion thing is again Old Testament, but when it comes to animals and the Old Testament, like again, people were sacrificing animals in the Old Testament. Jesus gave his sacrifice, did the sacrifice of himself, so that we don't do that anymore. Like all of these things that show us that if you want to follow that religion, then leaving animals alone is a pretty important part of that.
Oh, but even then, the sacrifice of an animal shows that it's worth sacrificing. You know what I mean? So it's obviously not nothing.
It seems like the sacrifice, like the sacrificial ritual, was a way for human beings to feel better about killing animals when it was either necessary
or you burned it up.
You burned up parts of the animal and ate the other parts. I mean, you didn't burn up all of the animal. You usually ate the parts that you liked.
I thought that was a bad thing to like eat the sacrifice.
No, they ate parts of the sacrifice, depending on what the animal was, but they definitely did. But at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, it also depends on the religion, yeah. But the other thing that you said, though, was about like this, the industrial nature of it. Like, sure, you're right. Like, the scale of it requires a level of efficiency that doesn't take into account any kind of compassion whatsoever. Because as soon as you treat an animal or any individual on Earth, human or non-human animal, as soon as you treat them as a means of production, then they have no personhood. You could do anything you want to them. This is why human slavery. That's why they that's why they did what they did. Knocked out. Oh, I need teeth. Knock out that slave's teeth. Oh, I need. That one's acting a little uppity. Let's castrate that slave. This is nothing new. That's what we do to animals.
It doesn't smack to me the same, because I'm still not at the position that a chicken is a dude. I'm not at the position that a cow is a dude.
It doesn't require you to be.
It
doesn't require you to be. The animal, the animal's the same as a dude. From their perspective, they want to live just as much as the dude. So, like, how you feel is less important than how the animal feels. They are the victim. It's the same thing with anybody. Like, you could say the same thing about, Slavic.
But I'm still like, you give me the opportunity to save a dude and like a chicken, and I'm gonna save the dude every time.
That's just bias.
That doesn't be a situation.
That's just a bias, and that might be for everybody. Every human might.
You eat a person if it tasted good.
A person?
I'm sorry.
I mean, I see it as either eat all meat or no meat. Like, would you eat a person?
Yeah, no. I mean, if I'm starving and like the disgust response is suppressed enough by the starvation, yeah, I would. But that's just like biological.
I don't know. I might eat a person.
But we're not in that situation, right? We're not in the situation of I'm not starving, and I'm not choosing between a man and a chicken. Just like your scenario is. Well, if I got to choose between a man and a chicken, I'm choosing to save the man versus the chicken. Well, that's just a bias. Like, and that reveals something. You might save a white person over a black person. You might save a man over a woman. These are biases that we all carry with us. That's not the scenario we're in.
I would save the heavier man that would have a large percentage chance of costing my own life over even beginning to consider the chicken. So whatever that is, add that into your calculation.
But these calculations matter not because we aren't in that scenario. The scenario I'm in right now is that we kill 10 billion chickens a year for profit and pleasure. That's the situation.
Essentially, what we're getting at is, we live in an era where it's sustainable to eat only plants instead of eating meat, and the conditions in these factory farms are terrible. So it's more moral to, like, it's more moral to be vegan.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a conscientious objector. Here's the thing, though. If you believe the topic of the day was ableism, right? Like, do you think that someone who has severe mental handicap should be exploited, used as a sex toy or whatever?
Do I think that?
Yeah.
I
don't think anybody.
There's any. Who's gonna do that?
I mean,
who's ever done that?
Nazis were really.
Give me an example of that happening.
You have people who do it before.
Oh, they lobotomize bitches and fuck them. Oh, okay, all right.
Stuff
well,
like
I'm not that.
No, not maybe lobotomizing people too. But I was thinking more about like during the dark days of Germany, they took people with mental handicaps, enfeebled minds, and they warehoused them, and eventually, if they couldn't do any kind of labor, they just executed them, and they used them as slaves, the ones that they could use as labor, and that I think most people find horrific, and I think that the same thing applies when it comes to animals. Just because they're different from us doesn't mean that it's okay to use them.
All right, like you see that one. Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go.
I feel like a better question to ask would be like, if you had someone who was essentially brain dead, would it be moral to eat them if it was not a starvation situation?
Brain dead. Cows are not brain dead. Chickens are not brain dead. But
I know that.
Okay, well that's just where I'm at.
I mean, like, you have someone with that level of like handicapped, would it be moral to eat that person? Like, maybe not brain dead, but like someone with essentially the mind of a dog.
But it's not even about eating them though. It's about buying and selling them. It's about using them for profit and pleasure. And that's why I think like it's not about, oh, I'm starving and is it moral to eat somebody who's brain dead or whatever, or even dead already. Like that's a different scenario. I'm talking about the way it is right now. Most people on planet Earth, in Western civilization or just in modern life, people not living in the fucking wilderness, if you have someone who's handicapped, someone with Down syndrome or something, you don't think, okay, let's use that person.
Sure, but I mean, a fucking chicken's not a guy, bro.
A chicken has the same willingness to survive and want for freedom.
Well, we've arrived at least partially to the same conclusion. At least there's some argument in there that arrived. Go ahead. I've arrived at your conclusion. I'm going to just speak.
I mean, a chicken's more a chicken is more cognizant than someone that's brain dead, though. If you want to.
Well, yeah, but the whole point is that it doesn't matter the level of their cognitive ability. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
You say it doesn't, but okay, well, that's your opinion, man.
That's not my opinion. That's the opinion. That's the status quo. We don't oppress people based on their cognitive ability. We don't wear their skin as a hat or as we don't rip their skin off and wear it as a jacket because they have cognitive impairments. Like that's the status quo.
They're not guys. They're not dudes.
And what is the difference then? What is the meaningful difference? If they're just
the meaningful difference is that we're above them in the hierarchy, at least that I believe in, and then we have a responsibility to them not to slaughter them in the most the most horrifying ways imaginable. We have a duty not to eat them. So I mean,
we have a duty not to eat them based on, but ableism is wrong because the difference doesn't justify domination. And this is the same. The difference doesn't justify domination. And you can say, well, they're not a dude. Well, that's okay.
Dominant to them just by default, by nature of where a baby is superior to a baby chicken in every way. I mean, come on, bro.
superior. They're not superior in any way that matters. They're not superior in any way.
This is your shit. That's not what I'm.
Let's say
not how I
hypothetically.
arrived.
Let's say hypothetically you have a pig, and you have a human that has the same level of intelligence as a pig. Would it be moral to treat that person like you would treat a pig?
No, of course not. You wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't treat them. I mean, of course, I would treat the human better than the pig. But again, pig's a pig.
Then why treat the pig like that?
Because it's a pig.
You're arbitrarily, without logic or reason, assigning.
My brain is like, okay, my brain doesn't know the fucking difference between a pig and a dude.
Actually,
Am
you know
I
what?
The pig?
You know what's funny is that actually, push comes to shove, most people don't differentiate. Most people, you hand them a piglet and you say, "Here you go, slit this piglet's throat and make bacon," and they can't do it. So most people can't do it, and the way we get past it is by mechanizing it and doing it and separating it with capitalist economy stuff. With like, well, I'll pay someone else to do it, someone who is forced to do it, someone who can't say no. Someone who's a convict or an ex-con or an immigrant, will have them do it. I'll pay them to kill the pig, and I'll just have the bacon. That's how we do it. And it's like, so morally, most people do not see the difference between a pig or a baby or any of the things that you're saying these things, but in practice they don't actually work out that way.
Well, could I kill a pig to eat it? No. When I was eating fucking animal flesh, no. So, I mean, obviously, I give some sort of preferential treatment to a living thing over,
There you go. And you're already there. And also, they're usually babies. They're I think pigs are something like under 6 months when they're killed, and chickens are 6 weeks. Sure. These are all baby animals, and so they.
Well, I mean, you have chickens that are hatchlings getting killed because they're male.
Right in the hatcheries, but that's I mean, a horrible thing that happens, but that's not something that human beings are consuming. Usually that they turn those little chickies into pet food or
well, maybe if you weren't so locked in on the way you arrived at your conclusion, I'm not.
This is just part of the show, man. It's like I'm trying to defend a position that I have on the show.
Think about the realization that you have. It's like, I've eaten meat my entire life, never considered the animal under my fork ever.
Yeah,
I hear the arguments, but I arrive at it through an alternative mean. Even though I'm
perfectly
not saying I would never eat a fucking fish. If I go kill that fish, I'm going to eat him.
Steve, that's the whole thing.
Maybe you could modulate your perspective to.
I am. I'm trying to be really open-minded. I mean, most people that I meet, they stop eating animals for health reasons, and then they are confronted with the ethics later because algorithmically they've arrived at like the algorithm has fed them other content, and then they end up going, holy shit, I didn't know this was happening, and then they have this epiphany. So, I mean, I try not to judge how people come to us. I just want people to stop, enslaving others. That's all I want. I don't give a shit how you get there.
That's your goal, but that's not my journey. I don't like. It sort of is. It's sort of not. I don't know how to describe it. I gave you my conclusion as to why I'm not gonna enjoy
Alice
animal
McGee
flesh.
in the
Maybe
chat says, "I will." And eating veal or lamb is double the vileness. Why is that double the vileness? I mean, why a veal calf has a better life than most dairy cows, and it's a shorter life.
So, from a perspective of someone who has eaten meat their whole life and is very against veal and lamb, like, I was specifically for moral reasons. It's just that's eating a child, and I mean, obviously it's not a human child, but still, I've always avoided both of those like the plague because it feels wrong.
It doesn't seem fair, right? But a veal cow. A veal calf arguably has a much better life. They have more laws about how confined they're allowed to be. They have more welfare laws surrounding them because of how people feel about eating baby calves. Young animals, they have a lot more laws protecting them. Meanwhile, the dairy calf, it should be more vile to drink milk than to kill the calf. which, by the way, is the same industry, right? The calf is only being killed because someone's selling the calf food, which is the milk. So, I mean, if you wanted, if people gave a shit about veal calves, they'd stop drinking milk. But honestly, a dairy cow has it far worse, or a gestation pig, a mother pig. They're in gestation crates for 9 months. They can't move. I mean, it's really horrific shit that we're doing. And baby pigs have it far worse than veal calves. So, I mean, or egg laying hens, far worse existence than a veal calf. I have a hard time.
God will not be pleased every day we move further from his light.
I mean,
will not be pleased.
This is someone says this is where I disagree. I don't value humans over animals. Yeah, because we're all just animals. We just are different tribes of the same. We're just different species. It ain't nothing. We're no different. Like, judging a fish by the fish's ability to climb a ladder would be silly. So thinking that we're better than a fish is kind of dumb. Yeah. Anyway, so I think that was a great talk about veganism, guys. So what else you guys want to talk about? Do you have other? You want to talk more about animals?
How do you feel about trans people? Dang, do it.
Did you guys already have that conversation?
He just wants attention. Or she.
You guys already had that conversation. You guys have had that conversation on this channel before.
She forgot because she's just an attention whore that wants to talk about herself endlessly. She's one of those.
I'm an attention whore?
Did you forget Wasteland Games that you've already had this conversation?
I forgot this was the guy that I talked to.
Yeah, the same guy. You guys are
pay attention. I remember her sweet voice in my dreams every night, but not a second thought.
You wish.
Unreal.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. If there's not another conversation that you'd like to have.
What's your political views, I guess?
Oh yeah, there you go. Ding dang dude. What's your political view?
Everything that we've gotten is trash. So there we go.
What do you think of anarchism, communism, socialism, strasserism?
Yeah, tends to be communist, right? Think about that from the perspective of the shit that Skyjack blindly advocates for.
You think I'm the communist, or are you claiming that you're the communist?
I mean, the shit you say about, like, I don't know. I'm actually quite illiterate. I've probably heard the arguments a million times. They never stick in my mind. All I know is, like, borrowing money is like theft on a grand scale. It essentially fucks everyone over. Whatever we do that borrows money, that's what's essentially creating all of the problems that we're seeing.
So capitalism, I'm with you.
Yeah. So, I mean, whatever makes you live on money you haven't earned yet is the cancer that we have to stomp out. And communism or whatever replacing this is only going to make shit worse.
That's why
well, unless you're getting rid of money.
Yeah, we can get rid of money. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
But how would communism make it worse?
They're going to use the existing infrastructure and replace everything that we have with something else. They'll call it whatever, but it'll still be the same shit. It's the same tools. They're going to borrow. They're going to use debt, and that's what's going to make everything not work.
But then we got to kill those guys.
Yeah. Well, good luck when they've got tanks.
Well, that's not so hard because then you just get some tanks. Huh?
I said we build tanks too. Like that. How do you think? I hate Stalin, but like that's how he won World War II.
Well, I mean, there's lots of ways to overthrow a government, guys. It doesn't always involve tanks. But if you, I don't know why the fixation on communists all the time. Communism is interesting because it's stateless and all, but like, I don't know. Like the stateless, classless society sounds pretty cool, but I don't know. I'm not even that interested in this political fiction. I'd rather. I'm an anarchist. I want to get rid of the government. I don't think that we should have it. And the communism is a lot of times a workers' government, and I don't really.
I mean, okay, that the end goal is essentially that, but that communism is just anarchism is just jump-starting to communism without going through socialism.
I guess. I mean, I don't think we ever have to get that far. People always want to have these.
Sorry.
You know how people, when you watch movies, it's always about like the dystopian post-apocalypse world. I think we're in the post-apocalypse. I feel like it just isn't as bad as the TV would have you believe. Like COVID was the apocalypse. We're now working on never recovering. We're just gonna go down the drain, and maybe we'll get to the point. Maybe the great culling will happen, and there'll just be a few of us walking around in tribes. Wouldn't that be nice?
Hell yeah.
Uh-huh. I won't be alive to see it, but it'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. No more cigarettes, Steve.
What
variation of anarchism do you like the most? I guess.
No, I don't really play that game. I like anarchist theory, like Kropotkin and and Emma Goldman. Kropotkin, and Kropotkin. I like those guys. Emma Goldman's kind of like the one I like the most. For me, I think that we need to be working towards more democracy. I know in my lifetime that unless there's some great die-off that we're not going to have. But we could do it. We could have more anarchistic things happen all the time. It's totally possible to live an anarchist lifestyle in the United States, be next to the system without being part of the system. You can do it. So
until they come for you, like the Move movement or Waco or
until they come for you, but you gotta mind your P's and Q's. That's for sure. Ruby Ridge and Waco. Waco was a religious cult. I don't really count them, but Ruby Ridge just seemed like anarchists with guns they shouldn't have had, and they went and they murdered them. So yeah, I mean, seems like they should have been able to figure that one out without being murdered, but maybe we can do it. I think it's possible. There have been, and also we're living in a digital age now where digital communes, I think, might be the future, where we have products we bring to market, but not necessarily part of a system. And I think it's doable.
I'm personally in favor of anarcho-syndicalism. I mean, it still has a form of government, but that form of government is essentially led by direct democracy and your workers' unions.
Yeah, sounds cool. I would love to have it. I'd say yes, sure, fine. Like I've read about syndicalism and I think it's fantastic. Fine. Anarcho-communism, fine. Don't give a shit at this point as long as animals aren't being exploited and there's no slaves anymore. Sure. I'm with you. You know what I mean? Like I'm not so ambitious to think that I'm going to be able to overthrow the American government. I just want to live next to it and have it leave me alone. I think that's possible, and I'm still holding out hope for that.
Yo, your mod fucking Berlin Dan or whatever the fuck his name is deleted my comment earlier. He made me mad. Did you touch Melania Trump unveiling the demon
robot?
bot?
Yeah, crazy,
did you touch that?
Yeah.
Yeah. This Satan literally
what do you
designed
think about
that fucking thing. Yeah,
go ahead, let's talk about it, Steve.
I can't wait until that's in every fucking Hardee's and Wendy's all across the world, man. Just waiting for hate speech so it can throw you into the fucking gulag. Just wait, bro. It's gonna be great.
It was an android that for some reason walked out with Melania. I don't even know why they did it, to be honest. What was the point of that? And so it was this creepy robot that walked out with Melania, and then it walked away. It left. She's like, "This is my friend, NX5753." I don't even know I can't remember what she said. I fucked him. I saw this meme of her smoking a cigarette next to the robot after sex. I saw a meme with that. The AI is at least giving us good memes. Like, it would take you forever to draw a picture of Melania sitting next to a robot in bed smoking a cigarette.
I could draw that pretty easy. I drew Thomas Rousseau and Enrique Tarrio in bed.
Yeah, well, I guess anyway,
spamming his comments with that on Twitter.
This robot walking out the first lady. You're absolutely right, Steve. Like, why don't they put those in front of the Home Depot, and then if there's any brown people, they can just beat them. The robot could beat them. Or how about they could patrol the streets of LA, and if there's any homeless people, the robot can just beat them. Like, why have the sprinklers and the sounds and all the music? Like, forget all that. Just send a robot out, and the robot can beat homeless people, and then the homeless problem solved.
Hobo killing machine.
That's what's gonna do. That'll be the first people that it'll do. The politically vulnerable. Jerry Springer, the beginning of the dumbing down. Oh my God, Jerry Springer, man, seriously. I remember when Jerry Springer first came out, and it was like a serious show, and then it turned into this monster thing. Clankers, exactly, the clankers, Steve. Fuck them clankers. I don't like
clanker. Goddamn clanker.
Thank you. Homeless versus robot. That'll be the thing. Saul, we solved the problem. Yeah. We solved it. Fucking clankers. I don't like the clankers. If anybody wants to join the chat, come on down. morningsky.live/PYB. It's morningsky.live/PYB. Come on the show. Pick something off the menu, or BYOB. Bring your own battle. They have robot police dogs. I know. I've seen them.
If you want to debate a trans person, come on.
Come on and debate a trans person. Jerry Springer, Jersey Shore, Kardashians, The Apprentice, Trump presidency. That's what I'm talking about. Reality TV is fascist entertainment. There's no way around it. We've got 13 minutes left of this show. Or no, it's 20 minutes left of the show. And I'm calling it. So if you want to come on the show, come on, talk to me about the robots. In Berkeley, there's narco robots. Really? Oh my God, I lived in Berkeley. I never saw any narco robots, but it was I graduated Berkeley in 2008. But here in Irvine, we have a robot that walks around the mall. He rolls around the mall. He kind of rolls around. He's got cameras on him. I think it's crazy, these clankers. I think it's great people are tearing it down. Is Parallelish? Parallelish wants to come on the show? Come on down. Honey Badger. Come on the show, Parallelish. Pick something to battle about.
What was it like talking with Ryan Sanchez?
He was a perfectly affable weirdo. You know, he's perfectly normal little Nazi, man. Nothing too weird about him. You meet Nazis and they seem like everybody else, and then you get them on certain topics. And also, I happen to be bigger than most people, so like when people talk to me, they tend to not get too far out of line, you know, because I'm. So it's just like pretty professional. Someone is performing a DOS attack on the reticulum right now. Really? Really? Is that real? Holy shit.
A what?
A reticulum network.
Reticulum?
Reticulum's a network of nodes that you can use if everything else goes down. And you get like an attachment or an app on your phone, and you can like text without service. It's pretty crazy. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. It's pretty wild.
Well, did I tell you? I think I probably told you this, but I debated Bert Colucci for 2 hours, the leader of the NSM.
Yeah, how did you do that? On air, or did you?
So he was hosting like a voice chat thing on Twitter, and I went and joined it, and I debated him for 2 hours, made him look stupid, and he blocked me after. That's why my YouTube banner's got a "You've been blocked by NSM Commander." He's a lard ass.
Is he a lard ass? Well, you know, I can't hold that against him. I think that we just need to get him on the right side of history. You know, how do we get people on the right side of history? How do we convince them?
He tried bringing up like the crime statistics, like racial crime statistics, and I had to like go and like pull up the body cam footage of him getting arrested for like throwing trash at some people's car. And the one where he was peeing on a pride flag. Or no, pretending to pee on a pride flag, but still got arrested for what's it called? Indecent exposure.
Well, I mean, someone like that deserves to be arrested for indecent exposure.
Yep.
But
he's the leader of the National Socialist Movement, the American Nazi Party.
Yeah. I mean, this is again absolutism when it comes to freedom of speech is the it always gives rise to this, and I'm starting to feel like, man, maybe freedom of speech and the way there's an absolute regard for it is not the way to go. Maybe it's okay. Like, Nazi lives don't matter.
Yep. He said that he would be willing to work. Like, he said that, like, so this man claims to be a traditionalist Catholic Christian, but he said he would work with the O9A, which are satanic neo-Nazis, like theistic Satanists.
But doesn't people like
an honest? You know about them?
I don't really know about them. An honest doubter asks, who decides what is proper free speech? Well, I think that that's something we need to talk about. Like,
the government.
When is it okay to punch a Nazi in the face? I guess, like, I don't know, fascism.
Always.
That's the thing. I don't think there's gonna be. It's tough. It's a slippery slope, but at the same time, we keep on letting Nazis at the dinner table, and now the alt-right thinks that they're victims. They've been playing victim for so long. Oh, we're just another minority voice, don't we? We should have a right to say what we want. We're just another minority voice. That's not what they are.
Freedom of speech protects you from the government, not from getting your ass beat.
If it's truly free, you wouldn't need to.
It's totally fine to punch Nazis.
Yeah, I'm pro free speech used with logic.
Yeah. Well,
How do we do it?
I guess there's a limit to freedom of speech, because if you do what Chelsea Manning did, they arrest you.
Or, I mean, there's a limit to freedom of speech as long as you're, saying something about the government. But, like, for some reason, we don't have a limit of freedom of speech when it comes to people spouting Nazi shit. That, for some reason, that's always protected. That's always protected. But if you say something about the government, then you get shot in the face like Alex Preddy and Renee Good.
Yeah.
So people say they're pro free speech, but for some reason, the only free speech that's always protected is the KKKs, the Nazis of the world. Why is that?
It protects the ruling class.
So vigilantism. Do you also attack the Nazi sister who retaliates against you for attacking her brother? Maybe. I don't know.
Sequel fights.
I don't know. Violence begets violence, but there's got to be something where we disallow. You don't have to do it by the way. You don't have to be violent towards these people. Just don't allow it. I mean, it's real easy to keep Nazis from marching.
You do know about all that stuff that happened with Chelsea. This was, I think, before I was born, but yeah. Yeah,
Chelsea Manning. Whistleblower about the spies, right? About spyware and stuff, and then they sent her to prison.
No, that was Edward Snowden.
Oh, that was Edward Snowden. I get them. They all happen at the same time. Sorry? War crimes, right. Yeah. She was talking about war crimes like Benghazi and stuff. Not Benghazi.
I talked to her.
Yeah, Benghazi.
Yeah, I talk to her on and off sometimes.
And Abu Ghraib and stuff. You do? You actually talk to her?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Anything interesting?
She just doesn't like being in the spotlight. She is still an activist, but she doesn't like being in the spotlight anymore.
That's good. I mean, stay out of the spotlight. They can't put a beat on you if you got the spotlight out. If they don't have the spotlight on you, they can't put a beat on you, Yeah. All right. Well, Wasteland Games, I'm going to let you go for now, but I'm going to be on the live stream again soon, today in a couple hours, but I'm gonna axe you all right. Thanks for joining up. All right.
Hope you have a great day.
Thank you. You too, Wasteland Games. Thank you for being here. All right, everybody. Thank you to Wasteland Games and to Ding Dang Do, the only people with enough courage to come on the show and talk to me. We have about 13 minutes left. If you want to talk about one last thing before I go, it's at morningsky.live/PYB. There it is, morningsky.live/PYB as in boy. Thank you, Stump, so much, Navia420, for sticking that up there. If we are going to have policies on free speech, then they need to be quantifiable, not nebulous things like hate speech. Talk to me about it. How come it's always about that? How come it's always about hate speech? It's never about... It's always... The only people who get shot are always people talking about changing the government. Why is that? Did Fred Hampton have freedom of speech? Did Martin Luther King Jr. have freedom of speech? Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested 30 times. Like, why is it that every time we talk about freedom of speech, we're always talking about how Nazis should have it and that hate crimes, hate speech should be protected, but we never have it for the activist. We never have it for Renee Good. No one thinks that her freedom of speech was valuable, or the guy that flipped off, the guy that screamed at the president and the president flipped off. We never say anything for them. We never protect them. You know? And I think it's bizarre that freedom of speech is always there to protect KKK rallies, and that type of thing is completely acceptable. But if you say anything about actually what the reason for freedom of speech was to criticize the government, but if you use it in the way it was intended, well, no, that's you get shot in the face for that. You get arrested for that. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being. It could be Russian for all we know. You got nodes. You got node problems, huh? I got 99 problems, but a node ain't one. Says DS King of Kings got node issues. Thank you for supporting the channel. Genuinely no idea who is doing it. It could be Russians. Have you seen? There's this show called Pit on HBO, where the Pit, and this season, the whole hospital gets all the hospitals in Pittsburgh get cyber attack, and they have to go back to old school. The KKK can be anti-Semitic, but no one else. No, exactly. If you don't believe in freedom of expression for people you despise, then you don't believe in it at all. Yeah, Chomsky said that. Chomsky said that. Mr. Epstein Island Chomsky, huh? Yeah, I love that. I love that Chomsky. Gotta love that. Noam Chomsky. He said that, but I don't know if I agree with it anymore. I used to agree with that statement. I think I think freedom of expression should be about change of the government. I don't know how we continue to have. How many more times in the history of the world do we have to fight Nazis and people who are like Nazis? How many more times do we have to meet them in the street? How many more times? You like his earlier work? Yeah, his earlier work before the Epstein years, right? Yeah. His earlier work. Quoting a pedophile is crazy work. Man, he was pretty great. I love Noam Chomsky. I don't like to say it. When I quote Noam Chomsky, I don't attribute the quote anymore. Try not to. Or I'll give a whole thing like, I don't know. I mean, Noam Chomsky, but he did say this one thing I like. I mean, shit. You say thing about Thomas Jefferson, right? I mean, he did rape his slaves, but he did say some cool things. I mean, Jeffersonian democracy, it lasted this long. I mean, shit. It should. Like, fine, say hate speech is not protected, but outline exactly what constitutes it. Don't just use a blanket term. Alice McGee, I completely agree. There's got to be a way to have freedom of speech for expression and criticizing your government without allowing racists to march in the street and sow this type of hatred where we have a cancer. This like the cancer of fascism is always with us, and the chemo seems to be beating them in the streets. Do we always want to do it that way? Is that what we want to do? Is just always, every time fascism gets a little out of control, we have to beat them in the streets? We have to kill people? I don't think that's it clearly isn't a viable solution. So how do you fight fascism if we're just going to keep letting people be fascists? And then when there's enough of them, we're like, oh, shit, I guess we got to kill people again? God damn it. We keep doing it every 100 years, it seems to be. We do it all over again. Ever since like the 1400s, maybe the 1300s, we've been 1400s, every 100 years. We got to kill all the oligarchs and have bloodbath and fight fascism and do a whole fight racism thing and try to build institutions so it never happens again. We got to do this all over again every 100 years. Salvador Dali was a fascist, but I still like his paintings. Was he fascism was he was more like a futurist, like a Marinetti futurist, but whatever, man. The politics of Salvador Dali, I think, are a little above what I have left to do for about 11 minutes or whatever I have left. When is it not okay to separate art from artists? I think when they're still alive. When they're alive, it's a little hard. When they're dead, it's a little easier. Like when R. Kelly dies, if you want to listen to Remix from Ignition, I feel like, yeah, all right, fine. It's kind of like if you listen to Thriller today, Michael Jackson's dead. Like, who cares? If you want to listen to David Bowie, go for it. You love David Bowie? I love David Bowie. Yeah, I found out some shit that I don't like about David Bowie. I found out about that later, man. I didn't know David Bowie was like that. I didn't know that Mick Jagger was like that. I didn't know. I mean, I knew they were rock stars, but I didn't think that they were. But Bowie's dead. Now every time I hear Mick Jagger, though, he's still alive. And I'm like, that motherfucker, that's a bad guy. He was on Epstein Island. He liked little girls. Can't do it. While they're still alive, I feel like it's hard to separate a man from art. Same thing. Wagner, good point. Wagner. How about Miles Davis? Miles Davis beat his wife. You got a bunch of these things. It's hard to separate the art from the artist when they're still sucking air with the rest of us. Once they're in the ground, I mean, I feel like you could separate them a little bit more easily, you know? Thomas Jefferson, I think, is the best example. Thomas Jefferson was, I guess, like, once they're dead, the artifacts they left behind belong to the people and no longer to the person who crafted them. That person's gone, and they have no domain over the living. So the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, these things that Thomas Jefferson worked on, we have those artifacts, so we're able to look at them and go like, okay, well, this is what we make of them because they belong to us now solely, and he has no dominion over that. He's dead. He's long dead. And the longer time that you get between the death and current days, the easier and easier it becomes to separate the man from his artifacts. Like, nobody cares that Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin, and so did Charlie Chaplin. Nobody cares that Charlie Chaplin married his, I think, 16-year-old cousin. Nobody cares because he's been dead so long. He died in like 1980, and he's been dead a long time. And he was banging his cousin when he was like. But on the other hand, Rudolph Giuliani, he married his cousin, and he's a creep. Like, once he's dead, though, what are you supposed to do with it? All right, you can still like the art, not the artist. I don't know, man. Hard to do while they're alive. Hard to do because you're still supporting them. So I just need to wait a few months for my Chomsky quote to be usable. Yeah, I think so. An honest doubter, honestly. Yeah, once a few more months, he'll be dead. Don't worry. He's a very old man. Although he seems like he's still kicking. He's a very old man. Let me see really quickly. I think he's like 90 by now, isn't he? How old is Noam Chomsky? 97. Holy shit. Oh, the pictures of him are just horrible. God, they do him dirty on Google. Don't look up Noam Chomsky. He looks horrible today. Oh shit, 97. Makes me want to ask for an early grave. Holy shit. Edgar Allan Poe, like there's all these things. He's been dead a long time. What are you going to do? Hold him accountable? You can't hold Edgar Allan Poe. Holding Edgar Allan Poe accountable doesn't really help. I think the same thing with their victims too. So Cesar Chavez has been dead a long time. He died, I think, 30 years ago. And now it turns out that, I don't know. I heard that I don't know. Now the allegations about him are just too rough to to dismiss. I mean, they're painting over his pictures. They're changing the name of the holiday. The Cesar Chavez Day is going to be gone and shit. So I don't know. But his victims are still alive, and his victims are talking. So I feel like, yeah, it's hard to quote Cesar Chavez now, huh? Cesar Chavez was a hero of mine. Oy. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you'll join me for the next show. We're going to do another show in about 2 hours. Thank you. And Polanski, did we say Woody Allen? Oh, Woody Allen's still alive. It's hard to like Woody Allen shit. I saw a Woody Allen thing, and it's like, Woody Allen, bro. Also, I'm a Woody Allen fan. And then it's like, oh, did he molest his other daughter? Like, she says yes. And it's like, oh shit, I can't listen. I watched that documentary about him, and it's just, this is horrible. And then there's pictures of him with Epstein. Sorry, Roman Polanski, that was dirty too, because Roman Polanski, you know, when he did what he did, Angelica Houston and Jack Nicholson were in the room, in the same house when it was happening. They knew what was happening. And Angelica Houston, I just watched this horrible movie called Ballerina. Have you seen it, with Ana de Armas? It's horrible. Don't fucking watch it. But Angelica Houston's in it, and I was like, Angelica Houston, you were there when Roman Polanski did what he did. So sickening. So sickening. Angelica Houston's just as guilty if you think about it. She got off. Jack Nicholson got off. They were there. They were together. It was Nicholson's house. Yeah. It was Nicholson's house. And for some reason, Roman Polanski's the only villain of that story. Angelica Houston's still making movies. In the meantime, they gave Jack Nicholson, I think, 4 Oscars. Like, fuck that. Like, he ain't a good guy. Jack Nicholson's not a good guy. Wait till they get a load of me. But when he's dead, maybe I'll watch Batman 89 again. I'm not surprised Woody Allen and Epstein were friends. You know, I'm not surprised, I guess. I shouldn't be surprised. But when I heard Woody Allen was friends with Epstein, I'm like, oh, shit. There's no doubt in my mind he molested his daughter. Have you seen that documentary they made called The People versus Woody Allen? Holy shit. I was like, yeah, it seems a lot of circumstantial shit. I don't know. And then it's like, he was also friends with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm like, oh, yep, case closed. Yeah, sorry. If you were being accused of child molestation and then it turns out later you were friends with Jeffrey Epstein, I feel like, yeah, that's enough smoke. There's fire. That's enough smoke. Like Donald Trump admitting that he likes to, admitting to be a pedophile. Donald Trump having people accusing him of rape. Donald Trump, owner of the USA pageant, the Teen USA pageant. And then he's also friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, all the allegations are true. Sorry. That's it. That's it. He's been hiding to avoid charges ever since. Woody Allen or Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski's been exiled. He's not allowed in the United States. If he comes back, he might be elected. He might be elected. He might be elected to president if he comes to the United States. We love pedophiles here. We love chomos in America. We love them. All right. Thank you so much for joining. No wonder I can't keep up with names and quotes all the time. They're pedophiles, and the other quarter there's chuds. Man, hey, seriously, don't meet your heroes. You know, nowadays it's just like, don't trust anyone in Hollywood, politics, royalty, CEOs. They're all on that list. It's so true. I feel like I honestly, like, I started doing YouTube because I wanted to build community, and now I feel like there's a higher calling because everyone has been let down. You've been let down by mainstream media. You've been let down by the religion. All religions have let the people down. The politicians, they've let you down. All of your institutions that the state has created or that your ancestors created, those have let you down. And the only thing left we have are like the connections to each other through the internet. So fuck, I guess I'm happy that I'm doing this, you know. Polanski has been, yes, so he doesn't catch charge. Yeah, that's right. He's trying not to catch. He's not trying not to go to jail all this time. So fucking Roman Polanski, bro. What in the hell? They still let him make movies, though. Woody Allen also sucks on the clarinet. Saw him in the 80s. Is he a joke? I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know. I heard he's a clarinet player. He plays at some club in LA during the Oscars or something, or maybe in New York. He plays. I know he goes out and plays. I don't know if he still does that. That used to be a whole thing. Sky, we reticulum heads are still trying to figure out the attack. Tell me how it works out. All right, like and subscribe, become a channel member. Please become a channel member. We'll do more live streams just for channel members and a guitar recital that I'm behind on, but I promise I'll do it. I need to practice a little bit more before we go do it. Thanks a lot. And I hope that everything's cool with all of you. I'm going to go live in another 2 hours with the same show to see if we can get more callers. Thank you all for hanging out with me. And do please support the channel, support independent media, and become a Sky City Rebel. Hold on, I got a sound effect I like to play for that one. Become a Sky City Rebel. You don't have to be a loner.
I don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner, Tommy. A rebel.
A rebel. All right, we'll do Pick Your Battles in just a little while. I hope you have a good time. Always join when it ends. OMGG. You got to hit that bell. Hit that bell on, Rachel. I'll be back on in about 2 hours, okay? All right, thanks, everybody. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so friggin' much.